get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. I couldn't believe it, y'all. This man had 3 phones, flip phones, already brand new joints. You could tell he was brand new because you could tell how he had the cord and he had each joint was separated with the cord. I'm like, I said, yo, Jeff was like, I'm looking at it. Jeff looking at it. I'm like, he was like, I looked at him. I looked at Pooh. Pooh was like, before he could say anything, I said, yeah, I know they ain't yours. I know they ain't yours, right? Yeah, he was like, no, it ain't mine. No, it ain't mine. I said, man, Jeff, grab them shits, man. I was like, yo, Jeff, grab them joints, man. Jeff was like, yeah, I know they ain't yours, huh? Well, since they ain't yours, tell somebody, whoever they is, to come back and get them then. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Old school like Weezy, man. I said, man, get out my face, old school, man. Come on, man. You gonna duck us for this dude, man? You gonna play past us for this dude, man? I said, you from the town, you did this, man? He was like, he ain't even had no answer. He was like, I said, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. I'm gone, man. Me and Jeff just pull out the joint, you know what I mean? We come out that joint. I was like, yo, look, bro, take them joints to your cell because we about to lock down. I said, bro, you see that joint, though? He was like, man, I knew it, though, bro. I knew he had something in there. And he said, that's probably more. It's probably more in there, too. There's probably more than these phones. I'm like, I was like, man, to be honest with you, bro, I ain't even want to do that to Lil Pooh, man. I said, I ain't on it like that, bro. I just feel super disrespected, bro. Jeff was like, man, look, it's already done. I don't care, Weezy. We're not getting it back. It is what it is, bro. Like, that man lied. That man used to come back to use your phone. And like him saying that brought back so many old memories from my last story when I went through this. I'm like, how lame is that? Like, how can you duck me to use my phone? And you got phones? Not one phone. This man had phones with an S. This man had jacks everywhere. I was like, bro, I'm gonna holler at you at the count, man. You know what I mean? I just felt defeated. And I went in the cell. I just thought about the whole thing. I'm like, man, I just went in there. I just put my hands on Pooh, put my hand around his neck. Old school got punched in the face by Jeff. I'm like, man, he from the town. I'm like, this is crazy. This is a lot going on right here, man. But like, I feel like sometimes, man, people bring things on themselves. Like, you do stupid stuff and don't think you got to answer it for it, man. Like, you always got to answer for everything, man. Like, you got to answer for everything out here in this world, man. So like, I just was like feeling crazy about this whole thing. Because I had to move in a way I didn't move on Lawrenceville. Robbing, taking, I don't do stuff like that. But I just felt majorly disrespected, man. So they did the count. The count cleared, we come out. I see Jeff. Jeff seen me and was standing by the table. So I'm like, bro, this I said, bro, look, bro, I'm gonna find somebody to buy them jacks. I said, you gotta worry about that. I said, bro, we about to make us a quick 1,500. He was like, 1,500? He was like, bro, we about to make 2,400, bro. They jumps going for 800. I'm like, nah, we gonna get rid of them for 5, bro. We can just get the money, bro, and get them gone. He was like, man, you leaving a lot of money on the table, Weezy, man. I was like, well, keep one. I said, keep one of them jumps then. I said, we just make it, you know what I mean? You sell one for 8, I'm gonna sell mine for 5, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I'm trying to get rid of the junk, bro. He was like, all right. I ain't even messing with none yet, but oh, bro, I got him put up in the cut. He was like, man, this. So as me and him talking, all you see is Pooh walk up. Pooh was like, can I holler at y'all right quick? I'm like, Jeff was like, holler at us for what? Ain't nothing to talk about. What you gonna talk to us for? I ain't coming on. I ain't getting nothing back. He was like, look, Jeff. He did his hands just like this and he walked up. He was like, oh, look, Jeff. Look, man. I know you don't believe me, man, but those phones counted for, man. Those phones are already accounted for, man. I gotta do something with them. So I was like, the whole time you was the phone man? I said, your little petty tail, the whole time you was the phone man in here, bro. He was like, I wouldn't say phone man, but you know, like I said, bro, listen, bro. Stop holding out, man. I said, if you want this stuff back, bro, it's time for you to be truthful, man. Right now, man. I said, I don't really care about your business. I said, but under the circumstances of how I done played fair and looked out, under the penitentiary rules, I said, bro, I'm obligated to know what's going on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's going on here, man? Like, who the hell you got? I said, bro, who's getting this for you, bro? Let's start there. He was like, man, look, man. He made a face like this. He's like, man, look, man, like, if I give it away, then everybody gonna want to mess with it, man. If I give it away, I said, bro, listen, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I said, you want this stuff back, bro? Who is your play? Who you got doing something for you, bro? He was like, he called out a black dude, CO. I was like, well, he the one bringing it. I said, bro, so the whole time you was getting right under our noses, bro, and holding out on us like this, man. That's what you was doing. He was like, Jeff was like, man, he was like, come on, man. Nah, look, man. Ain't like that, man. Like, I just, I had to protect him. So I couldn't tell nobody. I said, so you trying to tell me you ain't even want to get money with your homeboys? He was like, ain't about that, Weezy, man. I said, you told old school? He was like, he was my selling. I said, man, now you done old school ain't good with us no more. All because of you. He was like, man, look, man, he ain't know, man. Look, all I'm saying is, man, like, man, look, I'm gonna kind of let y'all in the car, man. He was like, all I'm saying is, man, like, I gotta do it the way I do it. I can't let nobody in the car. I can't do none of that. I said, bro, all you had to do is tell us, bro. We would have made sure you was straight. We would have made nothing happen like nothing, bro. Like, you just strictly us moving around like you using us for bodyguards or something, bro, without even getting a paycheck, bro. What you got going on? He was like, a paycheck? Y'all done got 2 zips in a month. What you mean? That's like a paycheck. You paid, well, y'all paid what? The split a zip? That ain't, I said, bro, we gotta pay you too. I said, so we was buying your work? I said, was that la yours? He was like, I said, man, I'm gone, man. I just walked away from him, man. I was like, man, I'm gone. Jeff was like, man. I went and stood over here. Jeff still hollering. So I'm standing looking out the door like, man, I just bought Lala from this dude and he made us give him some Lala. Like, not a little bit of Lala, like a lot of Lala. The last time this happened to me, dude used to go score the Lala for us. And I would give him a couple of feezies for scoring the Lala for us. Like, this time around, we scoring big amount of Lala and we giving him back a big amount of Lala. And the whole time was his Lala. What is going on out here in the world, y'all? So boom. It's crazy, man. It was wild, man. I can't hear it. Pooh was like, he just still standing there talking to Jeff. Jeff was like, hey, Weezy, come back, man. Like, bro, if I come back over there, I'm gonna end up smacking it to bobbing on Pooh, bro. I'm like, nah. He was like, no, come here, bro. I was like, what's up, man? Pooh was like, look, man, I apologize, man. I just ain't never had a situation. And I was just scared, man. Like, I ain't want to tell nobody about it, man. Like for real, man. Like, I was spooked about it, man. Like, I made sure I still look out. I said, bro, by you saying you looked out for us, bro, you wouldn't have taxed us and made us pay you out your own stuff, bro. He was like, man, what you want me to do, Weezy, man? I was like, man, I don't want you to do nothing. But you're not getting that phone back because I'm selling one of them, bro. He said, nah, look, y'all can have one of them. Just give me 2 of them back. Just give me 2 of them back. Jeff was like, give you 2 of them back? He was like, what you mean give you 2 of them back? So look, we give you 2 of them back. Then you let us make a play by ourselves with the roller then. He was like, man, come on, I told you I can't let nobody. I said, nah, you can let somebody in the car, bro. I said, look, this is what we're going to do, bro. We're going to give you the money to make the play, bro. Make the play for us, bro. We give you the phones back. Everything is good, bro. He was like, I'ma see, man. He was like, hey, Weezy, can I use your? I was like, I looked at him like, he was like, man, come on, Weezy. I said, bro, listen, you're not using my phone, bro. He was like, man, I said, bro, you got phones. He was like, I had phones. I said, man, yeah, I forgot we took your junk, man. I said, bro, look, bro. Like, man, nah. He was like, man, I gotta talk to the dude, man. Jeff was like, man, look, we're gonna give you one of these phones, bro. You know what I mean? We give you one of these phones. We're gonna give you the money, bro. After we get rid of this, bro, when you make the play for us, bro, we square, bro. You ain't got to worry about us no more. We ain't rocking with you no more, bro. I don't care what you do, bro. I don't care if dudes come try to take everything from you. I don't have nothing to do with it, bro. He was like, all right, man. Jeff was like, come on, man. So Jeff took him back up to his cell. You know what I mean? So Jeff took him back up to his cell. Jeff gave him the phone. So when they went back up to his cell, that's when Old School came out. Old School came out, walked down the steps. He had looked so shameful. He had looked so embarrassed, shameful, upset. He came down the steps. He came down the steps like this. He was like, came down the steps, super stupid. I'm looking at him like, he was like, it's like, man, I'm disappointed in you, man. He was like, man, Weezy, come on, man. He was like, man, look, that man was paying me, man. I said, Pooh was paying you? He was like, man, that man was paying me, man. That man was paying me to still act like I was still boxing from you. That man was paying me to act like I still needed food from you. That man was paying me to shut up about everything he had in that cell. I was like, look, he got more than them phones in that cell. He was like, that's all he got in there now. I said, man, you a liar, man. I ain't listening to nothing you say no more, man. I said, cause you don't do nothing but well, bro. I ain't, you know what I mean? He was like, nah, look, he was holding out on y'all because he felt like Jeff was too aggressive. He rocked with you, Weezy. He said, Jeff, I said, Jeff is his homeboy. He was like, nah, he rocked with you. He said, Jeff too aggressive. So he thought Jeff was gonna try to cut his nuts and take the roller. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, he held out because of that, bro. Like, you think I would have let Jeff do that, bro, if he would have came to us with a situation, bro? I said, man, this man got us thinking we copping from the other side of y'all. He was like, man, I know, Weezy, man. I ain't, you know, what you want me to do, Weezy? I ain't got no help from the street. I said, so you just betray your homeboys because you ain't got no help from the street, huh? I said, so you liable to do anything for some money? He was like, nah, man, like that one a serious whaling that I did, Weezy. Like, all that. I said, bro, you was coming to borrow stuff from me when you got a whole box of food under your bed, bro. He was like, we eat out of that at night. Yeah, we eat meals at night, man. We eat meals out the stinger. That's what we do. We make our meals with the hot pot and the stinger. That's what we do, man. I was like, so y'all was ducking us, eating extra food and like being real psychos on the low, huh? He was like, man, look, Weezy, man. The man say he gonna play fair with y'all, man. So like, maybe that'll get everything back to normal, man. Weezy, I ain't want to do what I did. I just ain't had nothing. I said, bro, listen, I'm not trying to hear that old school, man. I said, you supposed to put me on point. I said, dude was using my phone. I said, this man was using my phone. I said, bro, I went through this before with such and such. He was like, I said, bro, man. I said, yo, y'all wildin', man. I said, y'all wildin', man. I said, for real, I'm just gonna stay away, man. Like, nah, he was like, nah, look. He said he gonna do something for y'all, like just to get everything back cool. I said, bro, it'll never be back copacetic. It'll never be cool. I said, man, the way this man held out on us, the way this man dogged us, man, I said, it'll never be the same again, y'all. So boom, the Drake album, it'll never be the same. Never, man. Like, and I just felt like that just for a lot of reasons, man. Like, you know, like money don't solve everything. Money doesn't solve, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to make another play, but like money doesn't solve anything. I was so upset about how he carried it and got old school to conspire with him, to conspire with him, man. Like, it was all messed up. It was all messed up, man. So like, Jeff came back downstairs. Jeff was like, look, man, Weezy, man, we just gonna make that play with him, bro. And like, when we get the joint, bro, we just gonna take the whole Jake from him. You know what I mean? He was like, everything he got, we just gonna take everything. I was like, bro, I'm not into taking a whole lot of stuff, Jeff. I'm not into the taking game. That's not what my game is, bro. I said, bro, look, we got what we came for, bro. Them 3 phones, bro. He said, I gave him one back. I said, yeah, well, we got 2 phones now. You know what I mean? I said, bro, other than that, bro, I ain't with all that taking stuff, bro. He was like, man, you ain't gotta do it. You ain't gotta do it. I'm gonna take him. He was like, well, look. He said, all we gotta do is give him $350, bro. He get us a zip. What's up? I was like, bro, I'm not giving him nothing. I said, why don't you trust him? I said, you trust him? He was like, man, he's too scared to do anything. He ain't gonna lead a roller. I said, bro, listen, we don't even know if that's the right roller that he's talking about, bro. I said, man, this man is a compulsive liar. I said, he lied about everything, bro. So we don't know what's true, what's not true. I said, I'm gonna take the safe route and just stay out the joint, man. I said, old school told me a little bit more info, man. And like that joint right there, if that's not indication of staying out the way on this play, I don't know what it is, bro. I said, that's what you need to do, man. I said, man, listen, do the trick about this, man. He was like, nah, he too scared. He ain't gonna lead a roller. I said, hey, he ain't gonna lead a roller. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with him then. You good? I was like, bro, I ain't rocking with him though, bro. I'm gonna keep one of them phones though. You know what I mean? I was like, give me one of them phones, you know what I mean? So we went back in his cell and he gave me a flip phone, you know what I mean? So I got the flip phone. So I'm like, man, who I'm gonna sell this junk to? First person came to my mind was my homeboy across the hall. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go holler at my homeboy. So I shoot over there and I told my homeboy the whole story. I was like, look, bro, you want a phone? He was like, yeah, I want a phone. But my homeboy them had a phone, but they had to flush their junk. So now they needed a phone. I was like, look, bro, it's 75 for the junk, bro. Y'all go half him and his roommate. I was like, y'all go half 250. You know what I mean? Keep the junk now. I said, yo, I'm giving it to you now. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He's like, where you get the junk? So I tell him everything. He like, man, that junk crazy. I was like, yeah, bro, duck me, man. He was like, man, for real, little Pooh duck you. I said, bro, that man ducked us. He did the Matrix jank, bro. I said, bro, he did that jank, bro. Bullets going over his head, bro. I said, man, that man did a Houdini move on us, bro. I said, man, that man was asking to use my phone, borrowing food. I'm giving him feesies, bro. I'm giving him a percentage on what he's going to buy. I said, man, like, that junk was just crazy, man. I said, man, he was like, man, that's crazy. He held out on y'all like that the whole time. He got a route. I was like, bro, that's just how dudes do. Like, dudes are so funny in penitentiary, man. Like, that's why it's the home of the funny business, man. Like, you never know what nobody's up to, man, because everybody got their own agenda going on, y'all. So, boom! And I'm talking about friends, loved ones, people from around your way, dudes that you grew up with, family members, all that, man. You can't really trust nobody sometime, man, in penitentiary, man. I'm telling y'all, man, there's a cutthroat situation going on in there. So just let a couple days go. So a couple days go by. You know what I mean? A couple days go by. I still would talk to Jeff, but now Jeff, I guess Jeff is feeling like he got to stay close to bro. He got to stay close to him. You know what I mean? So Jeff hollered at him every day. Jeff still kicking it with him. I see Jeff and be like, yo, what's up? Like, what's going on? You all right? He like, yeah, bro. Like, just waiting on this junk to land. You know what I mean? Because when it land, I told you what I'm going to do. I'm like, bro, like, you got to be careful, man. You know what I mean? Like, just be careful with all this, man. He like, yeah, like, he told me, like, when he get it, he telling me when he going to get it, and I get to be right there when he break it down. That was part of the rule. For he won't lie about nothing. I said, bro, you basically gonna strong arm him like that? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, I ain't got nothing. I was like, bro, I ain't messing with that, y'all. I don't know. I could have, y'all, like, but like, I felt so disrespected about the whole thing. Like, you know, I didn't even want to do what I did the first time. But like, you know, when you mad and like, you just do something out of like instinct. And like, after I did it, I felt stupid. But like, since I did it, I was like, I might as well keep one of them phones. So I was able to look out for my homeboy with one of those phones. But still though, like, I'm not a taker. I'm not a dude. I took on the street. I ain't even gonna lie. I know y'all be like, Weezy, you got robbery charges. Yeah, I did. You know what I mean? I was being young and dumb. But in penitentiary, y'all, though, I wasn't a taker, y'all. So boom. I wasn't, man. Like, I like to get money. Like, I wasn't doing that in there. I did that on the street when I was young and dumb. You know what I mean? Like, now, I'm about the paper, man. I'm trying to get money. So, like, I wasn't with all that my homeboy was talking about. My homeboy like, yeah, as soon as he come in the bar with that junk, I'm going to get him, bro. I'm going to take everything from him, tell him, get out of his own cell. He said, I'm going to make him get out of his own cell, and I'm going to kick old school in his ass. I'm like, man, go ahead with that shit, man. He was like, nah, fuck old school. He's supposed to be where we from, and he going to fucking let that nigga play us like that, man. I was like, man, So it was a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like, when you hold out on somebody, man, like, dudes kind of treat you like a flunky, man. Dudes treat you with no respect because you did the worst thing, man. Like, you held out on your friends. Now, like I say, a lot of people have different perspectives of this. Like, man, when he ain't supposed to tell y'all about his play. It's his play. He ain't got to tell y'all about the play. You know why? Because it ain't y'all business. Yeah, well, come to penitentiary and come hang with some dudes from out your way and keep getting the package and don't tell them nothing about the package or don't look out for them or don't do nothing. And be accepting things from them the whole time you the plug. And let some people find out, man. You might get stabbed up for that. Real tough, man. So, like, I don't care what nobody be saying. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of people, everybody got their own opinion. But like, you can have an opinion from watching from the outside if you've never been in a predicament like prison, man. Prison is another world. It's a whole nother world, man. And you don't never know what's going on in there, man. Your best bet is to be honorable. Like, that's the best bet. Your best bet in penitentiary. Be honorable and just watch yourself. That's all you can do. So like, nobody really understands, like, if you've never been in penitentiary about what's going on right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is something serious. Jeff is taking it really disrespectful. Like, yo, this was like his little bro. The whole time his little bro spun him for nothing. You know what I mean? Maybe he could have looked out for Jeff, and Jeff could have been the one on Front Street pumping the work or something like. But you know, like, when you try to be too greedy, it always come back and bite you in the ass, y'all. So boom. So I'm like, this shit crazy, man. But like, Jeff is sticking to the plate. Jeff gonna take that shit, man. You know what I mean? So I seen Jeff. I'm like, yo, the dude that he talking about, that's supposed to be bringing a junk. Like, he was just a regular black dude that worked our joint sometime. He worked outside of the yard. He really didn't work our building. He worked outside of the yard. So I'm telling Jeff, I'm like, yo, you think he gonna get that shit, man? I was like, oh, he probably lining your ass up. He was like, nigga ain't lining me up. He's like, man, when I see that nigga on the street, man, I'll blow his fucking head off any fucking way. Him and Jeff was going home around the same time, by the way. But Jeff was like, yeah, I see that nigga on the street and blow his fucking head off. That nigga lying. I was like, bro, I don't think he lying, though. I was like, I don't trust that nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck, man. He was like, you sold your phone. I was like, that shit's gone, nigga. Fuck that. He was like, that shit crazy. He was like, we bought on that nigga phones, bro. I was like, bro, listen, that nigga bought on us. What you mean, bro? Like, I'm not gonna lose sleep behind this shit. He was like, I know. He was like, but tomorrow when he get this pack dance, fuck that nigga, feed him beans after this shit. I was like, bro, you really gonna take the whole pack? He was like, man, I'm gonna take the whole fucking pack for that nigga Weezy. Fuck that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Fuck that shit. I'm like, man, come on, bro. He was like, man, fuck that shit, Weezy. I said, bro, we already got the phones, Jeff, man. Come on. I said, we already got the phones, Jeff. Come on, man. He was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. That nigga carried the shit out of me, man. I feel lame as a bitch. I'm that nigga goddamn big bro. That nigga goddamn dumped me like that. That nigga had phones. He got me using your shit. All type of shit the whole time. This nigga got 3 phones, Weezy. I'm like, shh. I said, what you do with your shit? He said, I'm keeping one of mine. Fuck that shit. I'm keeping my shit, bro. I'm like, man. I'm like, man, Jeff is a fucking maniac, y'all. But I like that, though. I like that. So, boom. Weekend happened. Saturday came around. You know what I mean? Saturday here. Everybody just waiting. I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen. I'm like this. I'm watching Jeff Jeff is watching Pooh. Pooh is watching the door. Pooh acting like he waiting to see who's at the door. And he running back and forth. Like he looking like he waiting for something. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying in my head, like, what could it be? It's that Pat. I'm gonna see if it's the dude. Like, I'm just watching for everything. I'm being super nosy just to see if his story is accurate, man. He said, this is the dude. This was doing this. I'm trying to watch and see what's going on. So I'm like, man, I'm watching Pooh. I'm watching Jeff. Jeff watching him like a hawk. Jeff on him. Jeff on him like a hawk. So they call Rec. So we go to Rec. So after we came back from Rec, that's when I seen Jeff going up the stairs with Pooh. He went right up the stairs with him. So he had a cell with him. So I'm standing by myself like this. I'm like, I wonder if this is the time. You know what I mean? I felt so bad not holding my guy down though, man. Because me and Jeff was like this. I just didn't want to be part of like robbing and doing all that. Even though bro violated, like, I didn't want to be part of that, y'all. So I'm just watching this shit from afar. You know what I mean? I'm like this by myself on the top tail. I'm just looking over there. Straight shot over there to where they at, where his cell at. I'm like this. I'm like, just looking. You know what I mean? Just looking. Next thing you know, you just hear, man, come on, Jeff, man. Come on, Jeff. Jeff was like, nah, back the fuck up. Nah, fuck that shit. That her old school, man. Come on, Jeff, you ain't gotta do that. He's like, shut the fuck up. Fucking traitor. Man, get the fuck back, nigga. Anybody touch me, I'll punch you in your face and I'm asking questions later. Goddamn, so he back about the sale. So I seen him back about the sale. Pooh was like, man, come on. Pooh came out, was like, man, come on, Jeff, man. Look, man, old people, man, I gotta pay people. He's like, man, fuck you. Fuck you, nigga. You shouldn't fucking lie to me, nigga. You shouldn't fucking lie to me. Pooh was like, man, come on, man. Jeff going down the steps, like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Jeff going down the steps. That nigga come right behind him. Pooh like, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Right before Jeff can go to his cell, man, Jeff was like, man, you better back the fuck up. Pooh was like, man, come on, man. He got close to that nigga door. Man, that nigga Jeff turned around and pushed that nigga so motherfucking hard. He didn't punch him. He grabbed that nigga and he gave him a ride like King's Dominion. He slung that nigga ass, y'all. So boom. That nigga flew damn near under the table. Man, that little nigga flew damn near under the table. Boom, 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 boom. He hit the joint. He was like, Jeff was like, man, get the fuck away from my cell, nigga. And if you come over here again, I'm whooping your ass, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. You bucked on, nigga. Fuck you. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, man, what the fuck? Goddamn, I'm like, damn. Like, looking at that shit, even though Pooh did that pet ass shit, I felt bad for him, but he brought this on himself. He brought this on himself, man. That man got up. That man said, man, went back up the steps like this. He was like, yeah, look sad as hell, y'all. So boom, he go in his cell. When he went in his cell, I see Jeff go like this. Jeff do the cut up. I'm like this on the top tail. Everybody like, Weezy, man, what the hell your homeboy doing, man? Fuck your homeboy beefing with his homeboy. I'm like, long story, man. Long story, man. Long story. And he was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, he was like, they got the la-la. Niggas start asking that. They got the la-la. I'm like, bro, yeah, la-la should be in here. La-la should be in here. Jeff take the cut down. Jeff get his door, but Jeff come out. He look around. He like, he see me, I'm like, so I ain't even want him to come to my cell. So I met him like, he coming up the steps. So I met him like when you come up to the top part of the steps, it'd be a trash can right there. You could put your back on the joint, lean, like this is a little step area. So I was like, what's up, man? He was like, man, that little nigga a liar, bro. He was like, that little nigga a liar, bro. I was like, what? He was like, man, this word, look what this nigga got, bro. I was like, what? He did like this. And he showed me a joint. That shit looked like a fruit basket. That nigga had, like, I seen some white, a bag that had white shit in it. I seen like a bunch of la-la, little different little bags. And then I seen like a something else. I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like, some ecstasy pills. I was like, ecstasy pills? I was like, this little nigga getting ecstasy pills? He was like, yeah, you want one? I was like, fuck no. Fuck, I look like taking an ecstasy pill in penitentiary. I went out for that wave. So I ain't know about no damn ecstasy pill. I never took them shits. So he like, hey, don't know, man, here. I was like, what's this? He was like, it's like an A for la-la. I'm like, man, good look, bro. You know what I mean? I put that shit in my pocket. He was like, yeah, bro, like, man, fuck that nigga, bro. I just took the whole bag from him, bro. That nigga was trying to separate. And I like, he gonna throw me something. I took the nigga whole shit. Since that nigga wanna play passes, I was like, man, that's crazy, man. So goddamn, as we got down, just talking and shit, goddamn, a nigga was like, hey, Jeff, somebody wants you at the door, bro. Somebody wants you at the door. So Jeff ran down the steps, he on the door. He start talking. Lady was like, stand by for child. Stand by for child. You eating first, stand by for child. So I went and shot back to my cell and put my stuff on. So when I put my stuff on and I came back out, I just leaned back on the rail and I looked. Jeff was still stood at the door talking to that nigga. Now the nigga that he was talking to was the same two niggas that was fucking 32 pod from the first incident. You know what I mean? So I see him talking to him like, so goddamn, Jeff was like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? That's just what it's gonna be though. That's just what it's gonna be. That's just what it's gonna be. Ladies like, asking for child. So the door open up. So the old head dude, one of the dudes, they come in the joint, they like, so they right there talking to Jeff. They like, so I'm like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Get your shit going, child, man. He like, I ain't going to eat that shit, Weezy, man. I was like, what's up? You good? Old head was like, yeah, he good, young blood. Yeah, he good. I was like, what's up, man? You good, bro? You coming to child or what, man? He was like, nah, go ahead, Weezy, I'm straight. I was like, you sure, bro? He was like, yeah, when you come back, bro. He's like, I got us some wine too. When you come back, we're gonna go up. I'm like, bet. I'll be back. So I dip. You know what I mean? So I go eat. So I'm in the chow hall eating. You know what I mean? In that junk eating. I look, man, what I see, man. Look, man, that joke was so crazy, man. I look. I thought I was seeing things, man. I look. And I just seen Jeff going up to medical like this. Saying, I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, that's Jeff, man. So everybody get up, because you can see them walking past. Everybody get up, I'm like, man, it is Jeff, man. I was like, what the? And I looked and I seen another old head dude walking, the same old head dude he was talking. He walking with handcuffs. I'm like, what the hell? So they take the nigga out. They take the niggas to medical. Man, my word, man, they take them niggas to medical, man. So goddamn, they let us out. Boom. I shoot back to the pod. I get back to the pod. I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened? He was like, yo, say word, Jeff and goddamn dude got the thumping crazy right here. They was like, yo, bro, that joint was Ali versus Frazier, bro. Two big niggas going at it, bro. I was like, for real? He was like, bro, dude, they ain't bank him though. The nigga that was with him, they ain't bank Jeff. I said, yeah, because that would have been a fucking problem right there. I would have been going to the fucking hole. So he was like, yeah, bro. And he's like, man, them niggas rumble crazy right there. All over that nigga pool, bro. I was like, hey, I knew I didn't want to say that, but I'm like, he was like, yeah, that nigga Pooh, bro. That nigga Pooh said something to the old head, and whatever that is, him and Jeff got the beef from behind it. I already knew what it was. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that shit crazy, man. I'm like, what the fuck? So as they say that, goddamn, niggas was like, yo, lock down. The police coming at y'all, lock down. So they lock us down a little bit earlier than when it's supposed to be. But I'm thinking that they coming to pack bro shit. So as I go back to the cell, I'm in the cell. I just dipped right back up the steps and went in the cell. So I'm sitting in the cell like this. So I'm like, oh shit, but the doors are locked. I was like, fuck. Like shit. I was like, yo, I gotta fucking go holler at his celly and goddamn make sure Jeff ain't got nothing in that fucking cell. So I shoot to the fucking joint. I shoot to his joint. Immediately, I shoot down the steps quick. I got down them damn steps. I shoot to his cell. I was like, yo, I knocked the door. Got down. The police was like, lock down. They still locking dudes down. I was like, hey. I was like, yo, give me all that shit Jeff got in here. He was like, it's gone. I was like, what the fuck you mean it's gone? As I say that, the sergeant was like, lock down, white. Go to your cell, man. That's not your cell. I was like, yeah, that was my homeboy that went to the hold over, man. I was trying to get my headphones back. Go to your cell, white. I was like, shh. I was like, somebody got it. He was like, yeah, somebody came here and got it. I was like, who? He was like, that nigga Pooh. I was like, I looked up. I just seen Pooh standing in his door looking like a fucking scared coward in the face. He was like, just looking around like this. He was like, it's my word, goddamn. They going goddamn. Police coming to joint. They goddamn go straight to Jeff said. Went in that bitch, man. They hit that motherfucker. It's my word. Why they come out with one of the fucking cell phones? That was crazy, man. I couldn't believe that shit, man. I was like, yo, man, this shit, wow, is a bitch, man. I was like, fuck no, man. I felt so bad because I felt like I could have done more to stop Jeff from getting it and all that shit, man. But like, you know, when you super committed on the easy sting after a nigga carried the shit out you, man, like, you know, I couldn't change his mind about that shit, man. But he got knocked with the jack, y'all. This old fucking coward ass nigga Pooh got the shit. The police came in that bitch and got him. He went down, you know what I mean? So I see him packing all his shit up. He go to the fucking hole. So after they locked them niggas up, man, I finally went to his fucking cell. I had to go out like old school. As much as I didn't like old school no more, I had to go holler at him. I shot to the side. I said, old school, what the fuck happened to your whack ass celly, man? He was like, that nigga checked in, man. That nigga said he going to another camp with that shit, bro. I was like, my word, man. That nigga Pooh went to the Bing and never came the fuck out the hole, man. He never came out the fucking hole, man. But he went back. Jeff left the shit in there, which was stupid as a bitch. I don't know if he left the other phone in there or whatever. I don't know. But Jeff left that shit in his cell, man. Everything that he took from dude. You know what I mean? Which was stupid as a bitch. But he probably didn't want to come out with all that shit. After he showed me what he had and they called standby for child and all that shit, he should have goddamn went back and got that shit, man. Like, cause you know you about to make some plays. Man, that nigga left all that shit in the cell, moved around, and next thing you know, he got to fighting. And next thing you know, a fucking scared ass nigga like Pooh saw the whole shit and went in the nigga's cell. You know what I mean? I was like, man, That shit crazy, man. I wrote Jeff a kite, told him everything. He hit me back and told me that the coward ass nigga was in the hole with him, and that nigga said he ain't coming out the fucking hole. So like that shit was just a waste of time on the whole shit though, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But like bad things happen to people when you hold out like that in penitentiary, man. It's your business. You can do what you want to do. It's your pack. All I'm saying is, man, the people around you is the people that's around you, man. Like I couldn't be a kingpin right now and don't tell my brothers and my cut like what the fuck I'm gonna do? It don't work like that, y'all, man. So in penitentiary, it's just 10 times worse, man. But at the end of the day, nobody wanted this play, man. My homeboy got shipped and Pooh went to the fucking hole and never came back out, man. That shit was crazy, man. Like I came away selling the phone to my man and, you know, got the little work from him a couple times. That's all I came out with the deal, man. But that shit was wild, though, man. And that was a crazy situation. But that's the damn story, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay out the way out here. Your people need you. You can't go to prison. You got to stay out here with them. They need your help out here, man. You don't need to put them in a predicament where they're taking care of you because you done got locked up, man. Stay out here and take care of them. That's all I'm trying to tell you, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was a bonus banger. So why did y'all do this one? I should subscribe to y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.